Hey you, it's Reese, and we are back with not a prophetic word, it's a word of wisdom. I was not planning to do this video today, that's why you do not see me in the video, because I don't feel too good, so I don't feel like being on camera right now. But the Lord said I need to release this video today, so here it is. This word of encouragement and wisdom is about some of us being in a healing process, and though we've been in a healing process throughout our whole journey, we will continue to be in a healing process for the rest of our lives, because that's how God does. But for some of us, the healing process requires you to revisit those old things, those old places, those old faces as part of your healing process. So some of you, the Lord has called or will be calling you back home. I posted a video of the Oceanside Strip when I first got back, or a couple days after I first got back. And I said I would be posting a video to explain why I'm home. Not that I need to explain to anyone why I'm home, but I know that's what the Lord wanted me to do, is to explain why I'm home. That way it could be uplifting and edifying and clarifying for some of you, in case you did not know why God sent you home, or if He's going to send you home, why He's sending you home. So in this space of healing, I was able to travel some roads, some freeways, past some exits, past some actual places that I used to live. And even down to my very younger, like elementary school years and middle school years, just passing some exits and more towards the San Diego area. And I'm passing these exits, and I'm telling my friend, oh, hey, this exit is where this happened when I used to live there. Or this exit here, this is where that happened when I used to live there. And this exit right here, this is, that was my first church home, where, I was made aware of church hurt and gossip and cliques and things not being done right. At the time, I didn't know that's what it was, but I do know now. And that's not to throw shade at that church. I still love a lot of the people that went to that church. I still have them on my social media and everything. But just remembering some things. And it's not to say I haven't passed those places before, because I have. But I was never led to think about those memories and those incidents. And those incidences, I can't even speak right now. I was never led to think about those things, either maybe by choice or just didn't really feel like I needed to go back and reminisce on those things. But knowing that I was out here for healing, I made it a point to try and tap into whatever God was doing in me and through me, in whatever kind of way He may choose to do that. So I was very intentional on just absorbing my surroundings and asking the Lord to bring up anything that He needs to bring up. So if you are being sent home, make sure that you are being open and willing to allow God to bring up the memories, the unpleasant ones, the good ones. And this could be memories of things that happened to you. This could be memories of things that you've done to someone else. And He might be doing it in a lot of different ways. So if He's calling you back home, or you're already back home, just make sure you're very intentional on your healing process, and the healing is where the new us starts to transform. You've already been transforming. You've already been getting pruned and purged and cleaned out. But the process isn't done. It'll never be done. But this is a big process, just like when Jesus got sent home. And just like when Moses was sent back to Egypt. And in those places, you still may have rejection. In those places, God may be calling you not to just heal, but also put you on assignment. Jesus was willing and able to perform miracles in Nazareth, but he wasn't able to do so because of their disbelief in who they knew before they were made aware that he was the Messiah. The same way with Moses. He was sent on assignment. He was sent back to Egypt. Obviously, those tasks, those assignments that God led him to, it was part of his healing. He had insecurities about, his speech, and I'm sure other things. And God used bringing him back home and sending him to call out God's people, the Israelites, out of Egypt, to help heal him from some of those. I'm sure he gained a lot of confidence in himself when he went back home to Egypt. And you might be getting called to serve people. You might be getting called to offer your assistance. You might be getting called to different things. So just be aware of that too. It's not, we don't just live for ourselves, we live for others as well. So though this is a healing process that I'm in, being back home, the Lord has called me to offer my services, to offer help, whether they were rejected or not. And it's also a testing when you are rejected, when you go back home. Are you going to have a willing and forgiving heart? God is also testing your heart posture as well. Are you going to hold on to the offense of rejection or, gossip or whatever maybe the Lord may be allowing to crucify you or persecute you? Are you going to hold on to it, or are you going to release it? Because again, that is also part of your healing. When it's easier for us to forgive, that says something about our heart posture. So, and where we are with Christ. Not a passive though, you don't always forgive and then allow people access to you again. Sometimes it's a forgive and move on. So that's part of the process as well. Don't be shocked if you are called into service while you are in your healing process, if the Lord has called you or is going to call you back home. Also, another thing, don't be surprised if God sends you someone. Sometimes it might be an unexpected person. Sometimes it might be an unknown person. Sometimes it could be a very familiar person to hold your hand during this process. Some of us have been in isolation for a very long time, and with very few people that actually genuinely have our back and believe what we are doing is for the Lord. So he knows that you can't do this walk alone. So don't be surprised if he sends you someone to hold your hand during this process, to be your support system, to be your backbone while you are trying to stand back up and get back on your feet in this walk, especially those of us that have been knocked down several times in this process. But again, it's not all about you. The person or persons he may be sending you to hold your hand during this process, you might be being used for them as well, and they might not even know it, or sometimes they will. Another thing is, don't be surprised if one of your biggest battles is back at home as well. He'll sometimes bring you back to where the trauma occurred to heal you, but he can also be bringing you back home to heal and knowingly going to be attacked again. So that is just like with Moses. The plagues didn't harm them, but they were threatened. He was threatened, and the last plague, which took Pharaoh's son, they weren't just threatened, they were chased. So they were chased out of Egypt. After Pharaoh said they could go, And then I guess he sat with himself for a minute and was like, I ain't no punk. I ain't about to just sit here and take the fact that you just killed my child. Not Moses, the Lord did, but Moses warned him. So they were chased. They didn't get to walk happily out of Egypt. They had to run out of Egypt. So don't be surprised if you are having to run out of your hometown once God says your process is over. Don't be surprised if you are ran out of your home. But don't take that as a bad thing, because God worked a miraculous miracle for the Israelites as they were chased out of Egypt by parting the Red Sea. For some of you, you might not be having to go back to your physical town home, but God could be bringing those old faces back to you as he did Joseph. Joseph did not return home, but his brothers had to come to him. So again, you may not have to go to your physical town home, but God may be bringing people back into your life for the same type of healing process, but just in a different way. Trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else left. Papa, you got anything? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So let this be confirmation to you. Let it be clarification to you as what the process may look like, or in some of the assignments may be that God sends you on. Take it back to the Lord. Make sure this is from him. Make sure I'm from him. Make sure this is for you. Make sure it's for you in the season that you are in. And yeah, until next time, remember, God loved you then. No matter what you did back then, he loves you now. No matter what you're doing now, and he'll love you in the future. No matter what you may do in the future, God loves you. And he calls you righteous. And if you are not righteous, you need to get righteous, because not every day is promised to you. And when I say righteous, I do not mean perfect. Okay? All right. I'm out. You guys have a blessed one. Bye.